Hi everyone, I am Rajendra Survase. Today we are going to discuss the ophthalmic drug delivery system. See the learning objective of this chapter. After completion of this chapter, the learner should able to understand the various formulation parameter for ophthalmic formulation or drug delivery system. The learner should understand the various classes of ophthalmic dosage form, then understand the contact lens and lens care product, and the learner should understand the various evaluation parameter of the ophthalmic dosage form. So in this video, we will discuss the introduction and some historical background of ophthalmic drug delivery system and a recent advancement in ophthalmic dosage form or ophthalmic product. See the introduction. So this ophthalmic dosage form or drug delivery system is one of the most fascinating and challenging tasks which is faced by the many pharmaceutical industries, companies, or by the formulator, scientist. Why? Because of many reasons. See, the eye is a unique organ in terms of its anatomical and physiological nature and its defense mechanism. Unique structure of an eye restricts the entry of the drug molecule at the required site of action. See, these ocular diseases or infections are required to localize the administration of a drug to the local tissues or in a cul-de-sac of eye or the tissues around the ocular cavity, and therefore the administration of a drug to human eye become an integral part of a medical treatment. In this empirical approach to treat the eye diseases, the ophthalmic therapeutics took root from the remedies discovered from the systemic diseases. And for instance, the silver nitrate was used medicinally in the early 17th century. In 1875, the pilocarpine was isolated the therapeutic effect of lowering the intraocular the pressure was recognized in 1877 and providing the basis for a safe and effective treatment of the glaucoma. Silver nitrate and the pilocarpine in 1877 providing the basis for the safe and effective treatment of the glaucoma to reduce the intraocular the pressure. Then these ophthalmic preparation are very specialized dosage form designed to be instilled onto the external surface of eye, that means the topical treatment, and administered inside, that means the intraocular. Okay, means the external surface of eye, that means the topical treatment, and when you administered the ophthalmic preparation inside, that means the intraocular, and adjacent to the eye, that is the periocular. Okay, adjacent to the eye means the periocular, inside the eye that means the intraocular, and on to the surface of eye that means the topical. So these are the three the various types of administration: topical, intraocular, and periocular, are used in a conjunction with any special devices, that means the ocular drug delivery system, for example OCUSAT, ophthalmic insert, SODI, etc, etc. Okay, so this preparation may have any several purposes like therapeutic, prophylactic, etc, and the versatility of a dosage form enables the therapeutic agents to be suitable for the functions of these preparations. Okay, see, uh, the ophthalmic preparations are similar to the parental preparation. Parental dosage form means the small volume parental, large volume parental in the requirement. Means all the ophthalmic we will discuss later on under the general requirement of ophthalmic dosage form. But see in brief, okay, the ophthalmic preparations should be physically, chemically, and microbiologically stable, should be isotonic with the ocular fluid, should be chemically stable, okay, then free from microorganism, free from pyrogen, etc., etc. Okay, so the ophthalmic preparation are similar to the parental dosage form in their requirements. So widely used topical preparation and its therapeutic dosage form are a solution and a suspension, means the ophthalmic eye drop, ophthalmic suspension. So let's see, so what are the recent trends in ophthalmic dosage form? The various ophthalmic formulation include the aqueous solutions, aqueous suspensions, then ointment, ophthalmic insert, for example, Ocuserts. Okay, then so see, the every ophthalmic product must be in sterile, okay, in its final container, means whether you are using BAPS container for the packaging of ophthalmic solutions, means the blow fill seal technologies container, and another type of container is a three-piece container consisting the cap, nozzle, and the body. The body which is made up of either LDPE or HDPE. LDPE, low density polyethylene, and HDPE, high density ethylene polyethylene material. Okay, so generally LDPE and HDPE is material used for the fabrication of this ophthalmic container. So let's see the in short the recent trends in ophthalmic dosage form. Ophthalmic solution. So by definition, it is a very common ingredient are completely soluble, okay, soluble such that the dose uniformity is not an issue, okay. So suppose on the basis of BCS, biopharmaceutical classification system, class 1 drug means the highly soluble and highly permeable, so we can incorporate in ophthalmic solution because of its solubility, highest solubility, okay, highest solubility. But in the case of a BCS2 or BCS4 low soluble drug, we cannot formulate it in an ophthalmic solution because of its solubility. We need to increase the solubility by using some complexing agent or by using some techniques like solid dispersion, then by using some inclusion complexes, etc., etc. Okay, let us see the some advantages or merits of this ophthalmic solution. Easy manufacturing and low cost as compared to the other dosage form. Other dosage form means ophthalmic other dosage form like the suspension, emulsion, or ointment, gel, mucoadhesive, etc., etc. Okay, so this ophthalmic solution, it's a very easy to manufacture as compared to other ophthalmic dosage form. Second advantage is ophthalmic solution have potentially better dose uniformity because of its solubility. Better dose uniformity because of its solubility. And third advantage is a more ocular bioavailability. Okay, more ocular bioavailability means it's easily absorbed because of its solubility. So these are the some merits or advantages of ophthalmic solution. See the different qualities: improve the ratio of local activity versus the systemic effect, then be easy to self administered, okay, not necessary means the patient can administer or instill this ophthalmic solution into the cul-de-sac of 1 or 2 drop, okay, not induce a foreign body sensation or long lasting blurring or very bad aftertaste, okay. So these are the some of the qualities of ophthalmic solution. Next dosage form is a gel forming solution. Gel forming solution. The ophthalmic solution usually aqueous based, which contain a polymer system and that has a low viscosity. Aqueous in a container and gel on contact with a tear fluid. Okay, aqueous in a container means this solution is aqueous in nature in a container, in ophthalmic container, but when this solution contact with the tear fluid, it became a gel. That means the gel forming solution. Then powder for solution, the drug that have limited stability in aqueous solution means the lyophilization is required for that particular drug, can sometimes be prepared as a sterile powder for reconstitution by pharmacist prior to a dispensing or before the administration. We need to reconstitute this powder. Then ophthalmic suspension ophthalmic